What if I told you there's a nootropic stack that could improve your mental performance by over 80%, boost focus by 50%, and make your brain feel faster within minutes of taking it? I know, it sounds like you've heard this before. Except what I'm about to show you is light years ahead of any nootropic stack that you've seen before, quite literally. The numbers I'm about to show you come from actual university studies. And once you understand what's really going on here, you'll see why people are calling this the biggest leap in nootropics in our lifetime. Now stay with me because this gets interesting fast. But before we get into it, a quick thanks to Igniton for sponsoring this video. They're the company behind these quantum-charged nootropic stacks you'll learn about in this video. What are Ignitons? Hi, I'm David Tomen. I'm the author of Nootropics Expert, and this is my YouTube channel. So let's start here because this quasi-particle technology is a little hard to explain. It took me a while to wrap my brain around this quantum stuff because I am not a physics major. But I have spent a few months trying and learning about this new technology. And I'll explain how and why this stuff works as I understand it. Ignitons are what physicists call quasi-particles. They're constantly released by stars, including our sun. Now I get it, this sounds a lot like science fiction. But this technology has actually been studied for decades and even verified using advanced lab equipment rented from the CERN Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. What Igniton has done is figure out how to harness this energy and embed it into the hydrogen atoms of nootropic formulas. And this is where things start to get interesting. Because instead of just taking standard ingredients, you're taking ingredients that have been tuned or charged with quantum frequency. And according to the research, that is where the magic is. In a minute, I'm going to show you exactly what's inside these stacks and how they work in your brain. But first, you need to understand why this quantum stuff even matters. Quantum energy, nootropics, and your brain. Your brain doesn't just run on chemicals. It also runs on energy, specifically light energy at the cellular level. Your mitochondria produce energy in the form of adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. And in that process, they emit photons. And yes, photons emit actual light. Researchers now think that these photons may play a role in how your brain processes and transfers information. So when you introduce quantum-charged compounds into that system, you're not just adding ingredients. You're potentially improving how these nutrients interact with your brain's energy system. That's the theory. And this early data supports that theory and is turning heads and capturing the attention of the rest of the nootropics community. Hydrogen, water, and your body and brain. Now here's something that most people do not realize. Your brain is about 73% water, which is mostly hydrogen. And water responds to energy. In testing, water that was exposed to ignitons emitted 3 times more light energy compared to the untreated water. Now think about that for a second. If your brain is mostly water, and water becomes more energetically active, what happens when this effect is applied to your brain? That's the question Igniton is trying to answer. Who is Igniton? This isn't some random startup. Igniton was founded by Herky Razavi, the same entrepreneur who founded the Gaia streaming service and several major companies. He came across this technology and he wondered what would happen if you embedded ignitons into the hydrogen atoms of nootropic supplements. Herka licensed the technology and then got the specialized equipment that could charge nootropic ingredients with these quasi-particles before they're bottled. The company is headquartered in Colorado and produces its supplements there too. Igniton currently offers 2 stacks: Ignicognition for boosting brain performance, Igni-Longevity for cellular health and energy, and soon they tell me that they'll have a REM sleep product as well. And in a minute, I'll break down what's inside each Igniton nootropic stack, because this is where you might start connecting the dots. You likely already know these nootropic ingredients, but you've never seen them used like this before, because by exciting the hydrogen atoms of these ingredients with quantum energy, they work better. Igniton Nootropic ingredient. Let's start with Ignicognition. This stack is built for focus, memory, and mental clarity. The stack contains citicoline and alpha-GPC for acetylcholine production, NALT or N-acetyl L-tyrosine for dopamine production and support under stress, phosphatidylserine for memory and brain cell health, and CoQ10 and NADH for mitochondrial energy. There's nothing unusual there. These are all proven nootropics. I've talked about each of them more than once on this channel. But here's the difference. Every single ingredient has its hydrogen atoms quantum charged, which means faster uptake, stronger effects, and in many cases, you feel it much sooner than you normally would. Now let's look at Igni Longevity. This one is focused on energy, recovery, and long-term brain health. This stack includes nicotinamide riboside for NADH production, resveratrol for longevity, glutathione, which has master antioxidant properties, PQQ for growing new mitochondria, and a few others that support cellular repair and energy. Again, these are all solid and well-known ingredients, but the way they're being delivered is what makes this difference. How Igniton quantum technology benefits nootropic ingredients. This is the part that really matters because it explains why the people who are using Igniton are getting stronger results faster. Now, normally when you take a supplement, your body has to absorb it, process it, and transport it. That takes time, and some of it does not even get into your system. The charged hydrogen in the Igniton ingredients appears to improve that process, since your body is mostly water, which is mostly hydrogen. For example, studies suggest that after being quantum charged, these ingredients are either significantly amplified, have faster uptake, or both. Tyrosine, which usually takes around 2 hours to start working really well, it seems to work much faster in this form. And ingredients like CoQ10, which are known for poor bioavailability, seem to become more usable by your body. And the end result? You don't just take a supplement, you actually feel it working. Now here's where it gets really hard to ignore. Let's look at what the actual studies say. Igniton University studies. In one randomized placebo-controlled trial, participants taking Ignicognition saw an 83% boost in mental performance, a 51% improvement in focus, and over 25% improvements in both short-term and operational memory. Now compare that to the non-enhanced version of the same stack, and the difference is not even close. There are also studies showing improvements in reduced stress and inflammation biomarkers, and more energy with Igni Longevity. Now, you should always look at studies critically, but results like this are exactly why this product is getting so much attention. What does Igniton feel like when you take it? I know this is what you care about. How does Ignicognition or Igni Longevity feel when you take it? From both user reports and my experience, the pattern is pretty consistent. You feel sharper, your processing speed improves, you have less brain fog, and focus is much better. Some people notice it within minutes. Others say it builds over a few weeks and keeps improving. But the common theme is this. It feels like your brain is working the way it's supposed to, and you feel like you did in your 20s or 30s. Igniton side effects. The ingredients in both Igniton stacks are well studied and generally safe. But like anything, this isn't for everyone. If you're pregnant, on medication, or you're dealing with a health condition, you should talk to your doctor. Always use common sense with supplements. Where to buy Igniton. Now, if you decide to try it, get it directly from the official Igniton website. That way you know you're getting the real product. You will find a link down in the description below this video. Conclusion, is Igniton worth it? Here's the bottom line. If you've tried nootropics before and you've felt underwhelmed, this is different. Not because the nootropic ingredients are new, but because the delivery system is new. Quantum charging changes how these ingredients behave in your brain. Is it more expensive? Yes. But you're not just paying for ingredients. You're paying for the technology behind them and for the results. If you want to see what your brain is actually capable of, I highly recommend that you try Igniton for 30 to 90 days. Use the memory quizzes on the Igniton website, because there you can track how you feel, you can test your memory, pay attention to your focus, because once you've experienced the difference, there's a good chance you won't want to go back. And if you're serious about upgrading your brain performance, this is one of the most interesting options available right now. You'll find a link to the Igniton store down in the description below this video. Now let me know what you think of this new nootropic technology in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel before you go. It helps put this information in front of others that are dealing with the same problems that brought you here. Let them know that this channel is here. And please join our membership here on this channel, especially the Neurohacker 2.0 level, because I do nootropic stack reviews every month. You send me what you're using, and I'll provide my feedback and suggestions via video, but only for the Tier 2 channel members. So click the Join button and watch the video to see what membership is all about. My name is David Tomen, and this is my channel. Make sure to turn on notifications because I'll have a new video next week and I don't want you to miss it. And thanks for watching. See you soon.